What's up everybody, JADEN McKILLIP here, and this is Out to Rank. This is a series on my channel where I rank things from both the film world and the music world. Well, today we are going the music direction, because I am out to rank the studio discography from the American pioneers of gothic metal, Type O Negative. This list is going to include nearly every Type O Negative album that has been released as of April of 2007. The reason I said nearly is because we will not be including their second studio album from 1992 entitled The Origin of the Feces, because that album consists of reworks of songs that originally appeared on the band's first studio album, and we will talk about that one later in the video. Just a reminder, this list is entirely my opinion. If you disagree with my ranking, then that's your own damn problem. Let's go and kick things off with number 6, or my least favorite of the bunch, which is Dead Again, the band's 7th and unfortunately final studio album from 2007. One of the most interesting things about this album is that it feels like it combines every sound that they've ever been known for. And it's kind of weird how their final studio album used the word dead in the title. I'm pretty sure any Type O Negative fan out there would know where I'm going with that. If I had to choose favorites, they would be September Sun,
September sun, blowing golden hair. Now keep in mind, son, she was never there.
and Halloween in Heaven.
Halloween in heaven!
My overall rating for this album? A 6 out of 10.
Yet in the dark, still he screams your name.
Next up we go to number 5, and that album would be World Coming Down, the 5th studio album from 1999. When it comes to tone, this is definitely their darkest album to date, with some of the lyrics actually dealing with personal deaths in the family of the band's frontman, Peter Steele. My favorites off this album would include White Slavery, Everyone I Love Is Dead,
Everyone I love is dead.
Pyretta Blaze, and Everything Dies.
Everything dies. Everything dies.
My overall rating for this album would be a 7 out of 10. Let's move on to number 4, and that album is Life Is Killing Me, the 6th studio album from 2003. Unlike most of their albums in their discography, this one tries to be more upbeat, but at the same time also trying to keep it at the same tone. And it's kind of funny how this is more upbeat compared to their previous album, which is their darkest in tone. My favorites off this album would be I Don't Wanna Be Me, the title track, and Angry Inch. My overall rating for this album would be a 7 out of 10. Coming up at number 3, we have Slow, Deep, and Hard, the band's amazing debut album from 1991. It may not be my overall favorite, but I'll tell you this, it is an absolute work of art. Compared to the rest, this is the most different out of all the albums they've ever done. The gothic elements are there, but there are a lot more thrash influences compared to that. My favorites off this album would be Unsuccessfully Coping with the Natural Beauty of Infidelity,
Trust and you'll be trusted. Says the liar to the fool. Lost someone of your busted. In love and war, there ain't no rules. I know you're fucking someone here. I know you're fucking someone here. You had
Zero Tolerance,
anger burning me. Anger turning me into someone I don't. Into someone I don't know. I'll kill you tonight. I'll kill you tonight.
The Misinterpretation of Silence and Its Consequences, Psych! And Gravitational Constant.
Unjustifiable existence. Unjustifiable.
My overall rating for this album, a 9 out of 10. Now these last two albums were very difficult for me to rank because both of these albums are amazing. But after taking some time, I decided on number 2. And that album is October Rust, the 4th studio album from 1996. For what I've noticed, it seems that every Type O Negative album is different in their own ways, with this one being the closest to being their mainstream effort. It may not be my favorite album, but it is damn close to being so, and it is just absolutely beautiful. I have several favorites off this album, and those would include Love You to Death, Green Man, My Girlfriend's Girlfriend, and Burnt Flowers Fallen. My overall rating for this album, a 9 out of 10. now, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to number 1. And that album is... Bloody Kisses, the band's third and breakthrough studio album from 1993. This album is pretty much the opposite of what Slow, Deep, and Hard was all about. It's the album that pretty much made Type O Negative the way we've come to know them today, with mostly gothic material. But there's also a few bits of thrash influences mixed with it. When it comes to both this album and this album, they're both equally as soothing. But I think I'd like this album just a little bit more. When it comes to favorites, they would consist of Christian Woman, their cover of Summer Breeze, Set Me on Fire, the title track, and the perfect introduction to the band, Black Number 1, Little Miss Scarall. My overall rating for this album, a 9 out of 10. Up until the beginning of last year, I wasn't all too familiar with the band. I remember hearing the name Type O Negative a few times before, but I never actually knew what type of band they were. Then I randomly found the song Black Number 1 on the internet one night, and I was blown away, and they became another band for me to explore. And over the course of several months, they became my second favorite band of all time, right behind these motherfuckers. Well, it's all the time we have for today. If you like what you saw, please leave a comment below, and as a bonus, tell me how you guys would rank these albums. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Until then, I'm JADEN McKILLIP, and we'll see you next time on Out to Rank. Good night.